Hello, I'm Brian McKeon, creator of the Predatory Lender. Now, the World Economic Forum has asked me to submit a video for them, asking these questions. And they asked it to only be 2 minutes long. Now, this is quite a bit shorter than my usual videos. Now, what I normally do is get 20 to 30 minutes of raw footage and edit it down to one 10-minute video. So between now and the time of the conference, I'll be editing this raw footage down for the World Economic Forum.
Hi, this is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. Now, the World Economic Forum is meeting, and we're talking to folks on how do we increase global growth through sustainability. Now, we're here with Predatory from the hit film Avatar, asking her, now how do we increase global growth through sustainability?
Need wind-powered energy, more hybrid cars, more electric cars, using solar panel energy as much as possible, and trying to reuse trash. Figuring out ways to reuse, things we throw away, because we throw away a lot of things that we shouldn't. And plastic bottles are very dangerous to the environment, so we need to cut that out. Ride more bicycles.
Now, other things that they were wondering on this planet was how can they use their global resources more efficiently?
Well, you can have more than one person in a car if you're going to work. Carpool. Try to, when you go shopping, try to do more runs in the trip that you took instead of like going in and out and stuff like that. Walk to stores instead of driving and parking and wasting gas. It's trying to get away from using fuel. It's like oil, we're dependent on oil, and it's causing a lot of wars and destruction on the planet. So we need to figure out some other technology. But solar energy, the sun's abundant. There should be cars running on solar energy. I don't understand why that's not happening.
Now, the planet isn't using their energy quite efficiently on this world. Now, how can we...
I'm sorry, what was that? Because there's a plane.
How can we increase energy efficiency?
Okay. How can we... energy efficiency? Well, you can use less electricity when it's not... turn off your computers and your lights when you don't need them. Conserve water. Flush less when you use a toilet. Take showers with 2 people or more.
That's right.
Got it.
Now, the other thing that they were worried about is the pollution on this world. Now, how can we lower our carbon emissions on this world?
Like I said, ride more bicycles, Try to use your cars less. And make your governments use solar energy. There should be panels and think tanks constantly thinking on how can we use solar energy, wind power plants, trash to fuel our vehicles. And also don't buy far away, buy from local farms, and stay away from genetically modified food.
Now, once we do all these things, we'll have to start building some global infrastructure to that. How can we rebuild our basic infrastructure on this planet?
Well, I think the young people will be a great help with that because they think out of the box. So like I said, start your own think tanks, use your creative energy, have fun, have a party, and go crazy. Think about, like, how can we make better energy efficient technology, cars, equipment, computers, things like that. How can we do stuff that doesn't leave a heavy imprint on other people and doesn't hurt other economies like Africa or South America? We need to be a lot more thoughtful about what we do to other civilizations.
Oh, you like that last one? Now, in closing, since this is going to the World Economic Forum, and interplanetary leaders throughout the galaxy will be seeing this, is there anything that you would like to say to those world and interplanetary leaders?
Stop destroying the planets, Greed is what's killing the world, and a few people are running the show. So the people have to get out of their mind fog and actually do something. And stop looking for a messiah and your superheroes. You are the superhero. You have the light, you have the power. So power to the people. Get off your ass.
So this is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. This is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. Now the World Economic Forum is having their meeting and they're asking folks, how do we increase global growth through sustainability? Now I'm here with Elmo from TheStreet.com asking them, how can we increase global growth through greater sustainability?
Well, first of all, you got to educate people what that global growth means. Everybody has a different meaning, and we have to be able to give some kind of classes so people know exactly what they're talking about. You know, global warming is one thing, global war is another thing, and the global, you know, stuff to take care of the planet is another thing. So we need to educate people because people don't know, the laymen don't know.
Now, one of the things that I was talking to one of our other guests was various parts of this planet seem to be really big on math and science, while other parts of the planet don't really seem to care about math and science. Now, how do you feel about various subjects being considered more important over others? Is certain subjects more important than others?
I think science and math are very important because they deal with the relativity of the Earth, and everything's run by a number. So I think they can give a better in-scope onto how long things are going to last. They can predict the weather with the Doppler radar. That's all due to science and math. So I think that is very much important. History doesn't repeat itself usually, so we know what our history is. So it's no point in having a history. But future classes on how to deal with things, crisis management, anger management, that kind of stuff, you know, that's all important too.
Now, the other thing that they were asking was because of the various resources issues on this planet, how can we manage our global resources on this planet more efficiently?
Well, global resources, one of the new things that they're doing is starting to charge for the plastic bags, which will force people to bring their own canvas bags. So we stop dealing with bags altogether. So that's one of the steps that we could do to reinforce that. People not take the plastic bags and people start bringing their own bags.
Now, since we were cleaning up the planet with that idea, energy efficiency and making things run better and stuff like that, what can be done on this planet to make things more efficient?
We could utilize more solar power on a lot of things that run by sunlight. A friend of mine had a baseball hat and he had 2 solar panels on it and had a fan attached. So whenever he come out in the sun, it would cool him off. And those kind of things, more solar invented things can help us a lot better.
Now, once we have all these new things out, one of the issues with the old ones is carbon emissions and pollution. Now, what can be done on this planet to lower carbon emissions?
Well, you got to go with the electric car or the green car, those oil-based that runs off of oil and stuff like that. That's about all I can do because the gas is killing us. But I would try a little bit more money in electric cars. That seems to be...
Now, how would we get the electricity for these electric cars?
Well, you got to be able to charge it. I mean, they got to do solar. Okay, there we go. Tie it into the solar. It's got to be a solar way to charge your car and run off of that. You got to run off the sun.
Once we have all these new vehicles and stuff, how do we deal with the infrastructure that will be needed for these new vehicles? How do we build basic infrastructure?
Well, we hire and train employees to deal with it. These are some of the jobs that Barack Obama has tried to put in place. We get some of these jobs and train these people how to use it, and you got more job situations and you got more jobs. So somebody's got to handle all this, so why not put people to work doing it and learning at the same time?
Okay, now in closing, since this is going to the World Economic Forum and interplanetary leaders throughout the galaxy will be seeing this, is there anything that you would like to say to those interplanetary leaders?
May the force be with you. I think I got them mixed up or something like that. Interplanetary leaders, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, or whatever your name is, somebody tried to kill him last night. They got to be more careful, and they got to kind of help America. They need to get behind America and get behind us and go with what we say, because we're not doing anything foolish.
Okay, so in closing, this is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you.
Talking to you.
Now, this is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. Now, the World Economic Forum is meeting, and we're talking to folks about how to increase growth through sustainability. Now, sir, how can we increase global growth through greater sustainability?
I I would say get politicians who know what they're doing, who can tell the overall population how to do things the right way without ripping them off.
Now, the other question that they were asking was, how can we manage our global resources more efficiently?
Well, like I said the first time, get politicians who aren't going to rip off the people. Politicians who are honest and who are hardworking and who don't rip people off, and that's what that's the problem that we have today.
Now, recently we've been seeing a lot of business people go into politics. Now, would it be a good idea for more business people who have a career in starting a company and stuff like that going into politics or public service, or do you feel that business people in politics is actually good or bad?
I would say the business people aren't very good that are involved with politics.
What kind of people should be in politics?
People who are honest and who are not necessarily college educated, but who have some knowledge of politics. College education does, help, but someone with a basic high school education, I think, can do it. Like myself.
Now,
no, you're not asking me the question there, Chris.
No, I'll give you that. Don't worry.
Okay, because that was what we had to... Okay.
Now, how can we manage our energy resources more efficiently?
By having solar-powered equipment everywhere, in people's homes, in office buildings, at airports, restaurants. That's what we need to have, solar-powered equipment. And we can do it. And
now, once we move to solar and we'll be getting away from all these cars and stuff, what can we do to lower our carbon emissions?
We could start making more vehicles that are electrically powered or solar powered.
And once these new vehicles are made, what can we be doing to build better infrastructure for these new vehicles?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to. I don't know how to answer that question. I'm sorry.
Now, since this is going to the World Economic Forum and interplanetary leaders will be seeing this, is there anything you would like to say to those leaders?
Get your act together and stop ripping off the people. We're tired of it.
Okay, so in closing, this is Jarban from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you.